Okay, my name is Julie Bauer, and my company name is Grok. We're an advertising / branding agency in New York City. Well, I think if I sit down with my clients and I say, okay, you're, for sake of argument, you're estrogen, which is a menopause supplement, right? So what really are we going to stand for? What is at the core of that brand? And we sit down and we go through it, and we literally take a day and break it apart and throw it here and throw it there. And at the end of the day, you say, okay, the core essence of estrogen, for sake of argument, is, we help women manage their lives through menopause. So, okay, now let's figure out how we can put that message out there. First of all, who are we talking to? Well, it's a pretty defined market. Thankfully for estrogen, there's always new people coming in, but and the baby boomers are helping them quite a bit right now as we're all traveling through it. But so we know our core target, right? We know who this woman is. Then it's our job to say, and we do data runs and so forth. What does she do? Where does she go? How does she live? Is she married? Is she divorced? There's a very strong trend where there obviously the divorce rate is quite high in this country, and then the men tend to remarry and the women don't. So there is a very large population of single women. So is that something we can tap into? How do they live their lives differently than if she's a wife, because now she's the breadwinner in the household and she's probably out working. So she's going to have certain symptoms of menopause. Let's talk to her there. So it kind of grows out of there. But if you keep going back to that core essence of the brand and have discipline, then you'll say, she doesn't go on Vine. She probably doesn't Twitter. She probably is on Facebook. That's why the young kids aren't. And she's, she probably watches TV. And she probably, does more traditional kind of things. She might even, God forbid, read a magazine now and then. So then we figure out the proper vehicles to talk to her. And meantime, my creative guys come up with advertising that we can put into those vehicles. And then I tell my clients, start at the top. What's going to do the most for you? Where are you going to get the most mileage? And then when you get down, if you're only adding in things because you can, then don't. It dilutes from your core message, and it takes time. I have to say, all those 50 things, they take a lot of time. They're a lot more time intensive than me shooting a commercial and throwing it on TV. So, they are very time consuming. So if you don't have the time to do them properly, don't do them. My VMware client, on the other hand, they're a B2B company, and they need to do all of that. They need to be doing email campaigns. They need to be in the pipeline of bringing new customers and new small businesses. So it's a totally different discussion I would have with them than I have with my other clients. And I think what we don't have a wheelhouse that says we do packaged goods or we do technology. Between all the years I've been in this business, I've probably worked on every type of account you can imagine. What we believe we do really, really well at Grok is we get in and understand who your target is and what their behavior is and how they tick. The woman I was describing, the menopause, so many people to try to market to her, it's me, are so offensive, We're not old. We're just in our 50s, for Christ's sake. So, don't treat me like I'm, halfway in the grave. So, and my clients are quite young. I'm like, have a little respect. And so, I think that's what we really pride ourselves on. And I think that's why we've been very successful.